Then mastery is the skills. They got to know how to do it. So constantly investing in that learning and development. It doesn't always have to be courses, by the way, because people forget a majority of what they learn. It's about giving them a workplace that encourages experimentation, that encourages peer-to-peer learning. I did a learning session this morning on how to speak to clients in a more curious way. I'm not an expert in it, but we do this peer-to-peer learning to just keep that mentality going. And we've worked out that 20% of the time is assigned to the learning and development. Now, we found that people were then just over-servicing their clients with that 20% of time. So we've forced them to do the 20% learning and development by every Wednesday morning. It's an optional session. So if you've got something else you've got to do, you don't have to go to it, but they're recorded, is a learning session. And we have external people come in, like Pinterest and Google have done some of them. Or we do peer-to-peer ones. So I did one this morning, and the head of paid will do one. And or we have then the soft skills training. Kirsty did one last week, and they're recorded in a bank. And it is expected that you use that time for learning and development.
It's all about those opportunities for them to personally grow, giving them empowerment to make decisions, feel that they're contributing, having that voice. We try to give them as much time for training opportunities. So, for example, our front end stack is all built on JavaScript. We're very conscious that we should be shifting to TypeScript, but that doesn't happen overnight. We've now created a framework for our tech stack from the front end, which is TypeScript based, and now we have to go through that transition period of training our staff, migrating their skills, and we need to give them the time to do that.
An approach whereby we have lots of different elements to learning and development, whether it's mentorship. So we've got loads of different people in our network that can help mentor our team. And most people are happy to have conversations and to have the sort of, the odd coffee here and there, etc. But it means so much to kind of the younger people coming up through the ranks. And so I get involved in setting up a lot of those mentoring sort of relationships with the team. We've got a whole handful of sort of courses that we do. Agency Hackers is a great kind of community group, and they do loads of sort of different talks and things. But then also kind of thinking outside the box a little bit and sort of looking at financial well-being, life skills, and actually not only the technical skills involved in the job, but actually if the individual wants to do something different as well. Think about new ways to learn and develop and grow people. And also we've got a trained counsellor on the books. And that really helps to kind of add into that learning and development and growth piece as well. So I guess, long-winded way, but it's kind of learning and development is definitely an area where I regretted not being more proactive. But now we've got sort of very kind of clear plans and monthly updates and, all sorts of different things. So I'm a much happier place around that.
But I think then we started thinking about other stuff that we could do to really support and encourage our team. So we know, for example, that 100% of our team last year have received training and personal development. And so that's very important to people. The majority of our team have received bonuses in the last year. We have put in place things like private healthcare that covers health and sort of dental care and that kind of thing. So if they're running into problems with the NHS, there is another course of action that staff can take. We gave our staff a cost of living pay rise last year. So across the team, everyone was treated equally. So towards the end of 2022, when everyone was feeling the pinch, we tried to take away and alleviate some of that pain. So I think the thing is, it's just about, in the world, there's quite a lot of things that are of concern, especially for staff. And I think as a business, we're able to provide some sort of safe harbour and actually try and take away some of those concerns. And I think that's the approach that we try and take, so that we are thoughtful and considerate and really look after the team.
That is why we've built the culture that we've built, to be a haven for talent, to attract new talent, and to allow that talent to really thrive. We like to find and attract young talent. We like to then train them up to operate in the AUK way, buy into AUK for the long term, which is difficult in our sector when we're competing against, other major organizations like nowadays, like Google and Facebook and even Accenture and other management consultancies. So keeping people for the long term and providing a rich environment where they feel motivated enough to stay with you for the long term is always a challenge.
Every time we are blown away by the talent that's already there and just needed to be given a moment and an opportunity. And the amount of people that do end up going into the industry off the back of our work experiences is really encouraging to see. And what we discovered was the majority of training that we can put people on isn't as good as the stuff that we could do internally. And so in the last 6 months, we've put a concerted effort into making incredible internal training, so for each department. And so in design, in research, account management, it supports not only the practice but the awareness as well of what good looks like. We've got these training programs written by the team, for the team, and for the other teams as well. So, for example, we've just finished and launched really internally our first research training, and it's absolutely amazing. And we're basically going to put the whole company through it so that everybody knows to quite a high standard the ins and outs of research, so that when we are selling that to clients or running those projects, everyone can speak with authority on it.